podcast, the podcast.
Oh my god, hey, hi, welcome, everyone, welcome to the very first episode of another podcast, the podcast, or as I'm going to call it for short, APP. My name is Crystal. Hi, nice to meet you. I'm 24 years old, I live in New York City, and I am the owner and creator of this podcast. I basically wanted to make this podcast kind of inspired mainly by Brittany Broski. If you guys watched the Broski Report, you guys would know she just mainly literally rambles on and yaps about anything, and I tend to do that a lot. I actually wanted to make this more of a long form kind of content on my original YouTube channel, but then I realized it'd be more fun and more consistent if I do release it as a podcast form, and it would make more sense and more, it's just more sense for me that way to release it in this form. Some disclaimers, because this is going to be my first time filming a podcast by myself. I have attempted at starting a podcast before with my friend Damien. It's actually called Thurston, and it's only 3 episodes long. That's on my behalf. I literally have a shaky camera. It was all my fault because I was just scared of always constantly recording, but I currently have the opportunity to be recording by myself really whenever I want. So, that's why I decided to try to start my own. But it is my first time trying to start one by myself. So if like I said, disclaimer, if I end up rambling or stuttering or like trying to correct my words, it's because I literally tend to speak without thinking. And sometimes I say things that don't sound correct, and I would always try to correct myself so I could like get my message across properly. So if there is some of that, there might be some of that, please take that into consideration. I'm trying to have this uploaded on YouTube as well, almost completely unedited, besides probably some major, like, cuts, like if I get up and, like, walk around for, like, a minute or something, like if I have to go get something from the door. And my last disclaimer for now would be that I'm filming this in my room. This is literally the corner of my room. I'm sitting on my bed, which is why my setup is so shaky. And I have 3 dogs on my bed with me. 2 of the dogs are mine, one of them is my mom's, and they tend to fight and play and, like, slobber a lot. So if you hear, like, breathy, gross noise, those are my dogs either playing or fighting with each other. So, I don't want there to be too much dead air, that's why I'm trying to, like, ramble on a lot. Yeah, so like I said, if you guys want a synopsis of what this podcast is going to be, I am very multi-fandom, extremely multi-fandom, and I have multiple hobbies. As you guys can see, I love collecting vinyls, I love taking pictures. I also collect some K-pop albums every now and then. I collect books and read books as well. So, I'm kind of a somewhat soft cinephile. I love watching movies and reviewing them on my own. I love listening to different types of music. Girl, I am so sorry. That was disgusting. So, ooh. I don't know, my hair looks so flat today. Sorry. I had to fix my nose piercing. Oh, and I am very much a huge concert enjoyer. I love multiple artists. I feel like now I do have such a wide variety of music tastes. And I love different type of things. So, like I said, it's very much inspired by the Broski Report, where I would literally just, like, talk about this book that I'm reading, or review a movie that I just watched, but I want a platform where I could state my opinions, and not just have them, like, written down. I do have Letterboxd, I have Goodreads, I have fucking my own Instagram account, for crying out loud, but I just feel like I'm not heard over there, because I tend to post some of the reviews, some of my rants, some of my yaps. I tend to post them on, like, close friends, and I don't get a lot of my friends' opinions back. So this is just, like, an excuse for me to fucking literally yap along. And I've been thinking about starting this for literally quite some while. Shout out Duncan. Sorry. I've been workshopping this title and idea and start of a podcast for literally a month already. I've been asking my friend Nicole on some of her insights and all that stuff. And I was like, honestly, what do I start it with? Like, what do I talk about? Like, what's the first episode going to be about? And girl, I had gone through I found out some devastating, gut-wrenching news over the weekend. So, we all have TikTok. Yes? No? Yes, because if we did, why did half of the fucking world cry over it over the fact that it was gone for, like, literally 12 hours? we all have TikTok. Like, it's a thing, right? We're all familiar with the TikTok, and if you're, like, a fangirl-ish kind of person, or, you know, you just go on there to see, like, the pretty people, like me, I tend to scroll until, like, I find pretty people, and I'm like, oh my god, they're so cute. Why am I single? You know, like, you know, you tend to do one of those. Then, oh, I have to help my dog up, hold on. Then, you know, you find some attractive people on there, and you're like, are they single? Do they have, like, partners? Like, can I flirt with them? Like, you know, these are just, like, she's literally sniffing me. She's sniffing. Anyways, I have a TikTok crush. Well, I had a TikTok crush. I used to have multiple TikTok crushes. Oh my god, it's not that serious. Hold on. I hate to say it, chat, but I literally was in love with... Oh my gosh, you have to be a niche person to, like, understand this, because I feel like now these people are, like, so big now, because I've literally seen them tour in, like, Asia, and I'm just like, oh my god, back when I was a fan, I didn't really see them getting this big. But you really have to be on a niche side of TikTok to, like, know about these people. I used to have a huge crush on some of the boys from the North Star Boys. And it's embarrassing to say, because I'm like, I really gotta look at them and be like, well, what the fuck were they doing? Like, they were literally, their early stages of their content was just like, we are the kind of, like, the Asian hype house, and it was cool at first, you know, when everybody was making their own things on TikTok, like, it was kind of cool, but, like, it's kind of cringe now, because what the fuck? What do you mean your entire content base is, like, just being a whole bunch of social media influencers together, and there's very little actual content houses that are just, like thirst trap content houses, you know? A lot of content houses are actually for, like, the purposes of specific content, like beauty. I know there's a whole bunch of OnlyFans content houses, which is kind of crazy, but, like, to have a whole content house just be thirst trap boys, that's kind of crazy to me, and I kind of just stopped enjoying and liking their content because of the fact that, like, I had to, like, realize that, like, all they're doing is actually just thirst trapping and streaming. Like, it's not... They're actually not doing anything, and they're getting my money because I'm viewing their stuff. So, like, it's kind of crazy. I used to have a huge crush on them. You know, shout out, I don't want to, like, hate or, like, end this on a bad note. I realized they probably blew out completely out of proportion when, unfortunately, I was there when they went to Times Square. They had, like, a little meet and greet in Times Square. It was, like, a last minute thing, and Times Square, well, first of all, the spot they chose was very terrible. They did very shitty planning on that thing that day, but it was literally like a last minute thing, and the entirety of Times Square was like, that whole section that they chose was just filled with fans who watched their stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, honestly, I didn't think they were this big. So I realized, I was like, they have so many fans, but at the same time, what do they have so many fans for? And they're earlier, I don't listen to any of their music, like, right now. They do release music, so I'm not just, like, out here shitting on them because they don't make content and they don't have, like, actual things. They make music, like, they're promoting singles every now and then, but, like, I haven't listened to any of the stuff that they've released now. All of the stuff they've released early on when they started releasing music, it was just, like, it kind of bothered me a lot because it was promoted as the group song, or I just spat. The group song, or, like, you know, their song as North Star Boys. There was, like, 6 or 7 of them, and it kind of felt like they were promoting it as every single one of them sing on that song. So, as I was, like, getting ready to listen, or, like, streaming those songs or whatever, I realized there was only one of them singing on the song. It was, like, one of them throughout the entire song. One voice throughout the entire song, and it was, like, the leader, and it just bothered me because it was like, why is there only one voice, and it's promoted as a group song? It was kind of weird, and then they went on tour to promote those songs, and again, it would only be just the one guy with the mic in hand, and they were all just there on stage with him. It just kind of bothered me, and it just left a bad taste in my mouth. obviously, like I said again, they probably do have more songs now where they're all singing, but it's just like, you know, I'm too out of touch with it now. I don't want to make it seem like I'm too good for them, but it's just, I have impressions on me that, you know, haven't changed for the better. I haven't looked them up and been like, oh, well, at least they're doing good. They are doing good. Congrats to them, but it's just like not my cup of tea anymore, which is cool. Everyone changes their opinions and their hobbies and their likings and all that stuff. I literally brought them up. I brought them up because I was trying to say, guys, I have a whole bunch of TikTok crushes, right? They were one of my first ones where I was like crying, not crying, well, I kind of was crying. I was crying, screaming, and throwing up because, like, I formed this sort of parasocial relationship with, like, two of them. Oh my god, I used to be on Kane, one of them, his name is Kane. I used to be on Kane's Twitch stream, because a lot of them stream, like, video games like Valorant, Fortnite, and stuff. I used to be on Kane's Twitch stream, and I used to send bits. Dude, if you guys know what streaming, like, the Twitch streaming, like, stuff and shit, you either send gifts or you send, bits, and in exchange, I'm sorry guys, I have to burp. In exchange of purchasing those bits and gifts to send to the channel, you have to spend your own proper money. It's like some sort of currency that you spend money to send them these bits and these gifts. I was physically spending like $5 I never had to send bits to Kane. And I would like save up like $10, $20 every week. Mind you, I was working a job that paid only $16 a week. Like my pay rate was $16 per hour, not 16 hours. $16 per week. Fuck. I was saving up $10, $20 to send them bits at the end of every live stream. And I would just send them bits so I could get noticed. So I could be like, oh my god, he said my name! Girl, stand up! Stand up! You're sending money to a man! Embarrassing. Also, side note, I've heard I used to be like on Discord and shit, and I've made some friends on this fandom. I made like 2 friends. But like, there was some shit that happened between some of the members. Apparently, okay, so I'm not gonna say, I think it's very, like if you know, you know. Like, if you've been a long time of a fan of this group, you would know the shit that's been going on for a while. Apparently, one of them had an OnlyFans, and the content from the OnlyFans was leaked, which is kind of crazy. And then, apparently, another one was talking to, like, younger girls, or he was just being, like, very, like, I don't know if the girl was a minor, I don't know if the girl was old enough, but it was just, like, the way he was communicating with her was very too sexual, and it was making her uncomfortable or something like that. I don't remember the details of it, but I found out from a friend that, of those 2 situations that had happened, and stuff. But I just wanted to let you guys know, at the time, I was very parasocial about it. I was literally like me and him, me and this said person, me and this said member, like, we were so compatible. Because, I'm not gonna say who, but if you know, you know. You know, I would be like, oh my god, he's a Capricorn and I'm a Taurus, and like, we're just like meant to be, like, girl, it was deep. Like, the lore ran deep, okay? I used to be head over heels, had them on my fucking lock screen and shit. I had them on my lock screen. I had them, you know, I had, like, edits saved of them. I would do TikTok trends that they would do so I could, like, be under the same sound as them. Like, there was inside jokes, there was, like, commentary, there was, like, I would be posted. I think they posted on YouTube, like, twice a week. I'd be posted right after the uploaded, fucking watching it live and shit. Like, I was so deep into the lore, and I swear I was gonna be, like, I was gonna somehow bump into them and date one of them. Like, that's how deep it is. And, you know, before I continue on, I want to set things straight. I'm not fucking weird, okay? I'm delusional. There's a difference, okay? I'm not to the point where I'm, like, moving over or, like, trying to stay in LA, California for, like, a good month, trying to purposely bump into them and, like, somehow end up getting their number or something like that. There's weird shit. And I want to like compare the parasocial relationships to like delusionalness to like sassangs and regular fans. You know, in the K-pop world, there's sassangs and then there's just stan culture. Sassangs are just like people who actually stalk and like I want to like use the excuse of like when a famous person in Korea dates somebody, all of the fans in Korea just like hate on both the famous person and the person that they're dating because they strongly believe that famous people shouldn't date anyone because they should only have a relationship with their fans. That's fucking weird, okay? I'm not one of those persons. If they're dating someone, yes, I'm gonna be hurt because I'm like, fuck you, I wanted to date you instead. But that's not, that's not my issue. I can't do anything about it. It's not like I had a chance anyway, you know what I mean? So, like, I'm gonna be like, he's taken, fuck! But I'm not gonna be like, fuck, he's taken, like, I should kill myself. No, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? I basically want to clear up and say that I'm never at that state, at that point where I'm so delusional to the point where I want to hate on the person for being in a relationship. I hate myself for not being in a relationship, but I will never hate on the quote influencer, celebrity, or person of high status because they're in a relationship. So I am delusional, and I do see myself going on some dates with these people, but I do believe I won't ever actually have a chance to go on said dates with these people. That being said, okay, to move on from the North Star Boys, there's two people I have a crush on right now on TikTok. And actually, it's actually just one person because the second person was the one I found out over the weekend that they are no longer available. I'm not gonna say the crush of the guy I have on, like, the guy of the crush I have right now, because if you guys know, I feel like only my, like, 2-3 of my closest friends actually know who the fuck I'm talking about. But, like, if you guys were to know, these are the type of people that, like, they were cool with being, like, in these thirst traps and shit in, like, the beginning of the career. And now they're, like, you guys are fucking, like, they're so nonchalant and they have their priorities straight. And you could tell, like, now they're just making content to make content. Like, they're not just making it for, like, attention or anything. They're just making content. They're just having fun with the stuff that they make. So, I'm not gonna say who I have a crush on because of the fact that they take their content seriously. And I just don't want to be perceived as, like, a weirdo who fucking fantasizes about this person. But I love him so bad and I need him. Okay? I'm just gonna put that out there. I need him. And, I need to see this person in person because I love him. I love him so much. I'm not gonna say anything about his characteristic, but please know that I need him so bad. And I would love to, like, I don't even think I want to go on a date with him. I just want to hang out with him because I feel like he's not, like, super goofy. Like, he's goofy in a soft way, and I'm just super goofy, and I laugh at everything, and I feel like our personalities would really, like, work together, but that's a different story. Again, I'm never gonna tell you guys who it is, but please know, when I do scream about him, it will be on this content, and it will be on this podcast, and I will be screaming about him eventually. I have to fix my camera, because I realize I'm too high. Like, why am I looking up this? Anyways, maybe move it down. Okay, that's a little bit better. The next person I have a crush on, oh my god! Okay, so if you guys know, if you have been on this specific, I don't know if you have to be on a specific side of TikTok, but this just, like, appeared on my For You page out of nowhere. She was watching me. She wanted me to pass her toy. She was literally just staring at me like this. Like, girl, crazy. Anyway, this just appeared out of nowhere on my For You page, but if you guys know, there's like a fish store, like a fish, like, shop. My bad. I have to burp so bad. Okay, we're good. There's, like, a place in Seattle, Washington, where there is a fish store, and on the fish store, they have a TikTok account, and I think they got, like, popular because there's a very pretty girl on that, like, very pretty girl who works at that fish store, who has tattoos, long black hair. She's so, like, she gives such, like, cool vibes, and even her name is pretty cool, but I don't remember what her name is right now, but her name was pretty cool when I saw it, and it went viral because of her, and the way her mannerisms are. She's really cool, she's really sweet. I'm back. I had to fix some things around because apparently I ran out of storage space, which is fucking crazy. I have iCloud, I have 6 terabytes of fucking storage. Why isn't it working? Anyways, what was I talking about? Literally, what the fuck was I talking about? Oh, the fish guys. So, yeah, they started posting, the fish account started posting videos of this other guy. His name is Kobe. Dude, when I saw him, oh my god! When I saw him, I just knew. I think I finally, like, cracked what my type on paper is. Because first of all, like, I'm not getting much information off of his persona on his Jobs TikTok page. Like, I'm literally just getting the fact that he cuts up fishes and he packs them up for delivery. That's all I'm getting. And at the same time, I'm like, he's perfect. I love him. I need him. He needs to be my boyfriend, like, right now. You know? Which is crazy. But basically, his name is Kobe, and he has like cute curly like brown hair. He has a nose piercing here, and then he has the same septum that I have. And he's just so nice and sweet and soft spoken. He's made multiple videos on that. Well, his job has made multiple videos with him on that page. And every time every time I would come, I'm like, oh my god, hey, nice to see you again. And I know this is literally the job that responds back, but still, every time I get a response to one of my comments, I'm like, I giggle a little bit. I'm like, but I've known about this account for like a good 4 months. I want to say, like, I've known about it since 2024. And I've been watching videos on, like, I've literally been watching videos of people just fucking slicing open some big-ass salmons, and, like, tearing them open, fucking decapitating them and shit, like, basically skin the fish and shit, you know? The shit they do to make it edible for us humans, I've been watching people do this for, like, 4 months at this point. And I think Saturday, first of all, I could not sleep at all for the past 3 days. I would literally sleep at 4 a.m. because, like, I'm either hungry or I just can't sleep at all, which is something else we gotta get into. But I think Saturday night I was literally doom scrolling, and it was 3 a.m. and she lost her toy. Hold on. It was 3 a.m. and I get this TikTok from a person's girl's account, and well, I don't remember what their pronouns are, but I'm gonna refer them as to this girl because I don't want to put her name on blast. I don't want to put their name on blast. Again, I'm not sure what their pronouns are, but she posted a video with the guy and with Kobe, and the caption of the video is like, oh, making a video with my work crush and trying to, like, the fuck challenge. Remember when on TikTok there was that trend that was like, at the end of everything you have to say the fuck? So she posted that video with him, and he's just like fixing his hair, he's looking so cute, and I'm like, oh my god, that's her work crush is my TikTok crush. What the fuck? Mind you, I don't think Kobe himself has a TikTok account, which is very smart of him, because if he did, well, like, it's not, I don't want to say it's smart, like, he'll get attacked by, like, a whole bunch of, like, thirsty girls, but, like, it's good for him because he lives his life, you know, privately, which I appreciate, you know, as a person. I could never, because I tend to fucking yap a lot, and I want everybody else's opinions on it. This girl posted the video of them together and, like, captioning it as her work crush. I, like, swipe her page. I'm like, oh, they probably work together. That's pretty cool. Hold on. I scroll down her page. Bro, they're fucking dating. Like, that's not just her work crush. That's her boyfriend. Like, that's her actual boyfriend. Do you know what the first thought process that happened in my head? The first thing that fucking popped into my head when I realized that they're actually dating? You're fucking kidding me! What are you... What do you mean? What do you mean? You're telling me this whole time I was thirsting over a man. I was being delusional over a man who's taken? Who's in a relationship? You're fucking kidding me. a girl, I can't even be delusional anymore. Like, I can't be delusional in peace because every guy that I like on TikTok that literally I have no fucking chance with is in a relationship. What the fuck is the deal with that? I can't just fucking cry and scream over a guy because unfortunately he is in a relationship. Ah! In other news, they seem to be very happy together, and they've been dating for a few years, so I wish them nothing but happiness, and go on, girl, you won. You literally won. She looks so in love. All of her videos about him just talk about how much in love she is with him, and congrats to you, she literally won. Because all the videos she posted about him, I'm just like, oh my god, that is literally everything I want in a guy. Like, when I think of all the guys I like, actually, if I really, like, roster them down, they're just like, I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but they have like literally similar features to him, like curly hair and like, you know, soft spoken, like looks nerdy, looks super nerdy, a little bit of alt, a little bit of like femme-ish kind of, but like it's just the nerdiness and the geekiness gets to me really, because I'm like, I believe I myself am a huge nerd and geek, but like on certain aspects, so I would want my boyfriend to be the same. Also, girlfriend, hey, I swing both ways. But yeah, girl, I literally could not even process the fact that there's just like no fun in being delusional anymore. Not that it ever was fun in a fun way, but like it's, as a hopeless romantic girl, it's just fun, and it's one of those things you get to do in very much often in your life, where you just make up scenarios in your head. And as a person who, I haven't been into, like, K-pop in a while, so, like, I literally just be, like, looking up TikTok people, like, took my TikTok crushes as the protagonist in my delusions, like in my scenarios. And now he's off the roster because he's been in a relationship. I'm so upset because I tend to do this a lot. And again, it always ends up coming out that they've been in a relationship or they're talking to someone. And I'm just like, oh my god, I can't look at him. I can't look at them that way because they actually are. It's weird to be thinking of a certain person who's in a relationship and, you know, you picture yourself in a relationship with them, but it's weird to think that way because they actually are in a relationship. So again, congrats to you, girl. They just look like they are deeply in love with each other. I want that for myself one day. That being said, I am not unfollowing the fish account because I want to see that girl again. I don't know what her status is, but I am gonna miss him, and I'm gonna miss being all giggly and flirty with him. I never was. I was literally just flirting with his fucking jobs page, but like I'm, you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna miss that whole aspect. Yeah, dude, it's just literally devastating. I cannot get over it. That entire night, I was like, what the fuck am I gonna do now? I have no one to cry about. Chris Evans, love that man. That man just came up into my mind. Oh my god, this whole time, I never knew Chris Evans had like an accent, a Boston accent. Until, I think he was promoting that Christmas movie with Dwayne Rock, and some senior citizen just like asked him on a date, and he was like, tell me, he said what time and where, but he said it in an accent. I was like, oh my god, hey, Chris Evans is the only man I will be like freaking out the fuck over, and Tom Holland. I think anybody in Marvel is the only people I'm gonna be fucking freaking the fuck out. If they are taken or not, I will be fucking screaming my ass off. Speaking of Marvel, just found out Sadie Sink was casted in Spider-Man 4. Hey, so what do we think about that? Because I told my sister, I was like, what will her purpose be? We have no idea we just know that she's casted, okay? But like, what kind of character would this play? This is Tom Holland's Spider-Man. And we already got Zendaya in there. Like, MJ is back, but we don't know if MJ is going to be back as MJ, or like if there's going to be any sort of relapse connection that somehow brings Peter and MJ back together, which would be cool because I love them. I love them so much. I had to burp again, sorry. I just had Chipotle. It was so good. But that's why I've been burping a lot. Now, here's the thing. If they change Sadie Sink's hair, okay? If you guys don't know who Sadie Sink is, like, off the top of your head, if you've ever watched Stranger Things, or if you were there during the Stranger Things epidemic in, like, 2021, back when they had season 4, remember the whole trend with Vecna and the girl who, like, levitated up in the air with her headphones on, and they played that song? If I could make a deal with God, I'll get him to swap our places. Been running on the road, been running up the hill with no. Remember when that song was all over 2021? You literally could not escape it because of that trend where they played that song and the girl that was levitating, that bitch fucking landed back on the ground. Sadie Sink, that's her. I forget what her name is. But she was one of my favorite characters on Stranger Things. But I forget what her name is in Stranger Things. She's so cute. She's so pretty. I love her hair. Love her hair. I love gingers. Let that be shown on the record. I do love gingers. Yeah, it was just announced literally just fucking now before, like an hour before I came up here, saying that she is going to be in Spider-Man 4. So here's what I'm thinking. If they don't change her hair, if they keep her as a ginger, there is a possibility that she could be Mary Jane. Now, I know where you're thinking. Hear me the fuck out. I know where you're thinking. Girl, isn't that what Zendaya's there for? Yes, but technically Zendaya goes in as Michelle Jones, and that's the MJ Michelle Jones, but, like, they don't have a Mary Jane. So if Sadie Sink is in there, and they keep her ginger hair, she could possibly, which also, now that I'm thinking about it, when the fuck is she going to be filming this movie? Because didn't they already start filming it in London? They started filming this in London already. Like, I've been seeing the clips, not the clips, but, like, Tom Holland is very much in London. Hello, yes, he's British. I know he lives there, but, like, there's a contest going on where if you sign up, you have the opportunity to be flown out to London to see some of the scenes be filmed and, like, hang out with the cast for Spider-Man 4. So, I know they started filming. I know this is very much a year-long process, but, like, I know they started filming. So, if Sadie Sink is casted, the reason why I'm confused is because she is actually currently on an off-Broadway play. And I've been getting advertisements for this because I think it's a full female cast and it's, like, about female empowerment. And she's one of, like, the big names out there because she's, like, one of the very few characters who actually have, like, TV presence. So I know she's in New York right now. So when the fuck is she going over to London to film? This is, like, I just thought about this, which is kind of crazy. But if they keep her, what do we think about making her Mary Jane? I think it would make sense because of the fact that I think currently, and what's going on right now in the MCU is the fact that the multiverse is still being explored because there's any of the movies that are coming out right now, I don't think they actually link up in timeline with what happened in Spider-Man. I think what happened in Spider-Man is very much still open. I don't think they ever closed the multiverse of it. Like, I'm pretty sure we're supposed to be getting a Venom and Spider-Man fight, like a battle, like a fucking fight with them together. And I thought that was going to happen in Venom 3. I did watch Venom 3 like 2 weeks ago. No signs of Spider-Man whatsoever, but they teased very little about the fact that Venom will be coming back. So I don't think they're going to make another Venom movie. I think what's going to happen is that possibly in the new Spider-Man, they didn't fight off all of Spider-Man's, like, villains, opponents. So there's a possible chance that Venom will be coming into the MC universe and, like, be like, oh my god, I know you. I'm gonna beat your ass. You know what I mean? Like, some shit like that. Which is why I'm like, there's a possibility that Sadie Sink could be a Mary Jane. Like, she won't be MJ, she'll be Mary Jane. Or, if with that being said, that possibility of, like, the MCU still opening to, like, all the other references of other movies, there's also the possibility that they could platinum bleach her hair and make it like super white, like, you know, like Emma Stone had it when she was Gwen, and they could make her Gwen Stacy. Now, I know that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield both said that there's no updates on whether they've been reached out by Marvel to do a part of this movie. I just feel like it would make sense because we are promised this whole idea that in the end run, alright, for the next few Avengers storylines, all of the superheroes are supposed to be coming together to fight, I forgot what his name is. Kang. Okay? So, like, I just think there's a possibility that either Shady Singh could play Mary Jane or Gwen Stacy. And just have her be like, it would be cool actually if they gave Tom Spider-Man a Gwen. Because Toby's had a Gwen, and Andrew had a Gwen. Tom never had a Gwen. And this would be his Gwen. Ooh, that's also very, like, it's something to, wait, hold on, because, like, if you actually really think about it, like, it writes itself. We left off with him not being an acquaintance to MJ or, I forgot what his name is, Ned, at all. Like, they don't know each other, and he's going to college, and they're going to college, so it could be, like, this thing where he's probably doing, like, community college. It could probably it could probably open up as him doing community college. Also, side fact, they never showed any interest of Tom being into photography. Like, Tom's Peter Parker being into photography, but, like, Andrews and Toby were both into photography. I just fucking knocked that out. Like, I just clocked that. What the fuck? So, like, what if he's, like, in college and, like, he has to join a club or something and he chooses photography and, like, Gwen is a journalist of the college's, like, paper and it's fucking Sadie Sink. What if that's happening? And they open up with, like, this bond of Tom and, Peter Parker's Tom and Gwen Stacy and, like, there's, there's tension there, but, like, it's, like, a one-sided tension, like, only Gwen is feeling it, and not Peter, because Peter's very much still in love with MJ. Ooh! What if that happens? Bitch, if that happens, I fucking wrote the entire movie. Imagine it gets delayed because this gets out, and, like, Marvel's like, yeah, you're pretty much on the nose. We're gonna have to delay this movie even further. No! I didn't want that to happen, please! I take it back, I'm sorry! I need to see Spider-Man so bad! Please! I just watched the beginning of Captain America Brave New World. I went to 14th Street last week because, my dog Belle, who's sitting on this side of me right now, girl, she was very much fluffy, matted, furry, whatever. Dude, I went to get her haircut. Last time I took her to get her haircut, it took her 5 hours, okay? I wasn't bored because Barnes & Noble is right there. So I was literally spending like 4 hours of my day that time in Barnes & Noble. This time, however, I was promised 4 hours, okay? And you guys know Marvel movies last about a good 2 hours at least. So I was like, I was debating it a lot. I was like, should I, like, risk, like, the longevity and, like, go to Barnes, like, to see Captain America? Or should I just spend, like, the next 3 hours walking around? Which I was fine with anyway, because I either wanted to type up I'm trying to write a book, guys. So I wanted to type up some part of my manuscript, or fuck it and go see a movie, because I don't know how long it is going to take for Captain America to be on streaming. It came out in February, and usually that means it's going to come out in sometime August. I can't wait that long. I literally want to know more about what's going to happen, especially since, like, it's like slowly connecting, but like I said, I just feel like it's everything that's being released, like, the only thing that's in connection to what happened in Spider-Man is Loki season 2. So, like, everything that's coming out, all this build-up, because we're supposed to be getting the Young Avengers, everything that's been coming out after, like, post Spider-Man is just, like, this, like, what's the word? There's a word, not for, like, there's, like, this in-between. Oh my god. It's like this, I can't think of the fucking word right now, but like it's in this in between state of like what's happening right now to like this build up to what's it's I don't know how to place it, okay? Limbo. Everything that's happening, like Captain America, well, I don't think Daredevil has any connection to anything right now, but like where we left off with She-Hulk, where we left off with Strange and Wanda, Agatha, I feel like everything that has been released in the series form is like the limbo of what's happening before Spider-Man. Okay, I think Spider-Man is like the biggest plot twist in all of the MCU, and I'm pretty sure everything from the next Avengers is going to pick up from where Spider-Man left off, or where the new Spider-Man is going to leave off. So, because also Doctor Strange is going to be releasing a third movie, but I don't think I don't know. I don't know what to say. I really don't know where we're standing right now, but that's why I want to keep up with everything that's being released. The only thing I haven't watched is Secret Invasion because I heard it was whack, so I might just watch like a recap on YouTube or something. But like Captain America, I love Sam. I literally, him and Bucky, those are my die-twos. I love them. So I was gonna watch Captain America anyways to see like how he's being perceived as the new Cap, because hello, Cap is my man. I love him. I still love my Steve Rogers is my Cap, but I will support and like root for Sam no matter what because I think he's fucking cool and he's fucking hilarious. Thunderbolts has no connection to anything that's going on in the MCU like timeline. It's just literally like a bunch of like sidekicks, but it's important because it's where we're seeing Bucky standing off of Sam, you know, like him and Sam were more of a duo. Now that Sam has to be kind of just a solo, Bucky's relying on Thunderbolts to like, you know, get him back into the forces. So I'm excited to see Thunderbolts. I'm excited to see, well, this is why I started the story. I started Captain America. I ended up like going to the movies, but the show time started at 3:20 and there was only like 6 other people in the theater. Yay for me. I have to take a deep breath. The showtime started at 3:20, and I got there at literally 3:20, got my popcorn, got my big jug of soda, and I was like, okay, cool, this is gonna be fine. This is gonna be, like, the only other movie I've seen by myself was The Challengers. Hey, great movie. But, I was so excited because this is like my second solo date, my second time I've seen a movie by myself, and it's also very much important to my lore and the MCU lore, so I was excited to see where we're going to progress from here. Dude, again, keep in mind, I was promised 4 hours. The movie's 2 hours at least. I didn't take into accountability the trailer times for this movie. I forget how long trailers are, and I love watching trailers, so, like, honestly, if they had, like, an earlier showing, I would have gone to it, but nothing was, like, available past 3 o'clock. I got to 14th Street at 2:30, so, like, I got to the movie at, like, 2:45. They had nothing past 3:30, or nothing earlier than 3:20, so I had to do the 3:21. The trailers itself took like a good 20 minutes of the entire showtime, and the movie actually started at like a good 3:30, 3:40. I feel like we got to halfway through the movie because, spoiler alert, I got to the point where Sam and, hey, Joaquin, love him. I'm gonna talk about him separately. But Joaquin, which is like Sam's kind of right-hand man in this whole situation, I got to the point where they both went to the secret lab that's like been holding hostage, or the one that's working with the president to like cause like this shootout that happened in the beginning of the movie. So I got to that, and then I literally got a text from the vet from Petco saying, hey, Belle's ready. I'm like, fuck! Oh my god, I didn't mean to do that. I'm so sorry. No! Oh my god, wait, hold on. We're gonna have to cut here. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Sorry, I had to fix my mic before I carried on because that was gonna bother me the whole time. And if it was gonna bother me, it was gonna bother you guys, the ones that are listening to this. So, Yeah, I got a text like halfway through. I also missed like a good 4 minutes of it because my mom called me in the beginning and she wanted me to do something for her. And I was like, fuck, I can't let her know that I'm at the movie theaters right now. What do I do? Like, I have to answer this call. So I missed like 5 minutes of like, the plot, which honestly I caught up pretty fast. But yeah, I had to leave midway through the movie and I'm so sad because I didn't see any of Red Hulk. I wanted to see Red Hulk. Like, that's like the big thing that like took it for me in the trailers, Red Hulk. So I didn't get to see any of that. I didn't get to see Joaquin if he got like an upgraded suit or anything. And worst of all, I didn't get to see no end credits. So it was fun for me because I thought I wasn't gonna, I'm stuttering so much right now. I'm getting a little excited. I'm so sorry. When I had this day planned out, I was like, I'm gonna drop off my dog and I'm probably gonna have like a good 4 or 5 hours to myself. So here was like this was the deal breaker. If the ticket for the movie was $25, because I've had some tickets to some theaters be like at least $20, $25. If the ticket to the movie was going to be $25, then I wasn't going to see it. I was just going to go around shopping and I was probably just going to go around to Barnes & Noble again or get to a cafe and sit and write my manuscript up. But if the ticket was less than $20, then I was going to watch the movie and I was just going to hope and pray and manifest the fact that I was going to be able to watch the whole thing. Because again, the entire thing with end credits and everything is about a good 1 hour and 58 minutes. I'm running out of breath. So, I went to the movie theater, and by the way, I didn't have to watch specifically Captain America. Like, I was down to watch anything, but Captain America was the one I've been holding on to for the longest, because even I had this appointment scheduled for February 14th when Captain America was released, and I was like, well, I could just watch it day of. It would be cool for me, because I've never seen a Marvel movie on release date. Shout out to Endgame. I really wanted to see that one on release date because it was my birthday. But anyways, the Keke Palmer and SZA movie was also playing, as well as Companion. And I think there was like 2 other movies that were still playing while I was there. And I wanted to watch either one of them, but all of them started at like 4 or 5 o'clock. And I didn't have time to sit down through the whole thing, especially now that I'm aware that the trailers take like a good 20 minutes. So the ticket ended up being, for Captain America, the ticket ended up being $16, and the drinks costed more. Like, the food that I got like a small popcorn and a large soda, because I can never finish a bag of popcorn by myself, so I would literally just get like a small popcorn. And even then, I still had like a good quarter left of the popcorn, but I had to throw it away because I didn't want to carry it with me. And, sorry, my nose is really dry, and when it's really dry, it's like scratchy right here, and it bothers me because now my septum's in the way and I can't scratch it. But like now I have like a red nose and I look like Rudolph. I'm sorry. Where was I? Yeah, so I was like, oh my god, the ticket's only $16, like I'll watch it. But unfortunately I could not finish it. So I'm a little upset because I do want to just go back to 14th Street and watch it. I almost watched it again last week. My sister went out with her friends, and I was also out with my friends, and they were like, you know, we could just go see a movie. And I'm like, we could see a movie. Especially since one of my friends that I was out with is Cheyenne. You guys know, if you guys subscribe to my channel, you know Cheyenne. I love Cheyenne. Cheyenne's become one of my bestest friends ever. I love her so much, and I'm one of those people that don't show affection very well, so in my head, and literally, like, when I'm by myself, I'm like, I love my friends so much, I just wish I could tell them, and I literally can tell them, because they're so nice and they're so sweet, but I'm just like, that's so awkward for me, like, I feel so gushy and wishy, like, I don't like it, like, but Cheyenne is one of my favorite people ever. She's helped me out through so much over the past 2 months, and I love her so much. And good thing about Cheyenne, she is also a huge Marvel geek. Like, we literally were texting each other every single week at the end of every Agatha episode. Like, me and her, we're our witches. We're fucking witches. I'm Scarlet Witch. She's Agatha Harkness, the Dark Witch, and I love her. Oh my god! Oh my god, it's gonna be so fun. And I really want to see a Marvel movie with her, because we've been friends for like we've been close friends for like a good year. Like, I want to say, like, best friends, tell each other everything, text each other everything for a year, because we gained that relationship last year over the shit that happened through me and all of my problems and my emotional states. That's a different story. I will be talking about that. But she was one of the people I would go to talk about stuff like that. We've been friends for like 5 years. And I love her. And I've always known she was a Marvel geek because I would literally be like, oh my god, Scarlet Witch. And she was like, yeah, I know. And I'm like, yeah, I know. So I really wanted to see Captain America with her. But it just ended up being like a solo date. So I ended up not telling her anything about it. And good thing I didn't, because I didn't want to pull her out of that thing at all if I was interrupted in the midway of it. But I do want to see Avengers with her. Any of like the big crossover movies I want to see with her. So I'm hoping to see Spider-Man 4 with her and her sister Deja. Or I want to see, oh my god, you know what would have been a good movie to watch with her? Guardians of the Galaxy 3. That would have been a great movie to watch with her. Or Avengers, Secret Wars. Is it Secret Wars or King? Whichever one comes first. The next Avengers movie I want to watch with her. Actually, that's a lie. The next movie I do want to watch with her is definitely Thunderbolts. Because me and her love Yelena. Okay? Yelena's my girl. She's always been my girl. Ever since she was introduced to the MCU. Love her. I would die for her. I love her so bad. She didn't deserve any of the shit she got in Black Widow, by the way. Well, and by shit, I mean just like her finding out that Natasha's dead. She did not deserve that shit. And hello, Bucky's there. So me and Cheyenne are literally both. I'm literally looking at the Polaroid of me and her on my wall. We love Bucky. Hello, like that's my man. And we love Yelena. So we saw the trailer, and I'm like, we have to see it together. So hopefully, I think it comes out around her birthday. So hopefully, we do get to see it in theaters together. I would be really excited for that. Enough with the Marvel talk. I feel like I've been yapping about them for a while. I don't want there to be any dead air. I'm trying to keep this at a minute mark. I literally have 2 minutes. So I was going to talk about my book, but let me talk about a book real quick and then I'll wrap it up within 3 minutes. Okay. So I've been buying a shit ton of books within literally the past month of February. I bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then there's 7, and then there should be another one up there that I can't see right now. I bought 7 books. 7 books in total, okay? And also, in March, I actually started reading this book called American Queen. Hey. This is American Queen. This was one of the first books I bought originally when I started my reading stuff. And that was like a good 2 years ago. I'm on chapter 11. It is such a long... I don't know how to describe it. It sounds like it's good. I'm on chapter 11. But there's so much backstory to it that has to be told. Like, the backstory information that she's telling in the first 3 chapters. By the way, the first 3 chapters are literally just pure flashbacks and backstory. The first, 3 chapters of the backstory that she's telling are super important. Like, it's the reason why she comes about. And I just want to say that it lost me so much. It loses me so much because I hate it. It has, it's, the backstories of it are told as, this, kind of older time period where they talked about thyself and all that stuff, but it's also very much set in the modern world, so it kind of loses me a little bit. But the very first smut chapter of this is literally chapter 9, because chapter 9 and 10 is all smut. So it's weird, but it's such a heavy go through. I want to finish it. This is a 3-part series. The other 2 parts are told by the other guys' point of view. There's 2 guys involved in this, so that's why I want to continue reading it, because I want to see how the other one gets involved. But if you guys want to find out more about this book, I will talk about it in my next episode. I had to put this one down because it just takes too long to get to a point, and I don't like reading books that take too long. I'm on chapter 11, and I still feel like there's no climax yet. You know what I mean? At least there's no sprinkle of climax coming out of the storyline. I had to put it down because I just recently bought Spiral. Spiral is by, I'm not going to pronounce the name because I feel bad like I'm going to fuck it up. This is Spiral. Sorry, I had to burp. If you guys have read Collide by the same author, it's supposed to be based off of one of the characters in Collide, who is a part of the NHL. And if you guys aren't watching and you're listening, the cover is a ballerina and a hockey player. So I had to get it because I love the writing in Collide so much. I love the plot line. I also found out that this one might be a fake dating plot line, so that's fun. I love Collide so much. It's probably one of my top 3 books right now, and when I found out that there was a sequel, I literally had to get it opening day, but I couldn't, so I just got it last week. And I know that the author's also writing a 3rd one in this series, so I'm super excited. So far, by the way, I'm only on chapter 2, and it's already good. You know what I mean? Like, this is what I mean. I probably just have too much trust in the author, but this is such a good book. I know it's going to be good because I'm familiar with the writing already, but it already got me in the 2nd chapter, which is why I'm like, this is going to be good compared to this one where I'm already on chapter 11 and I don't trust it so much. I don't want to put it down. I don't want to like shelve it back up because if I shelve it, I'm never going to read it because I have such a distrust in it already. So I do want to try to force myself to finish it because there have been books like, for example, The X Talk, which is one of my favorite books actually. This is what I'm saying, like, I didn't trust it at first because it was taking too long to get somewhere, but it did eventually get somewhere, and I love the storytelling at the end and the middle, and it just like, it got me so many times. So I want to trust the process and I want to force myself to finish reading this. But that being said, I am going to try to finish. I'm going to end this for now. I will try to talk more about my books and my series in the next episode because I did make this episode mainly about movies. So if you guys are interested in hearing any of my TBRs or in hearing any quick reviews I have over any of the books that I've just read, stick up for the next episode. Also, I just want to give like a quick song of the week. An album of the week is going to be Short and Sweet, the deluxe version, because Eternal Sunshine hasn't come out yet, and Eternal Sunshine was just announced for the deluxe version. But I've been having Busy Woman and couldn't make it any harder on repeat. I love the song Sabrina, I Love You So much. But my song of the week is going to be Coffin Change by Wallows because I'm very much excited for that EP as well. And I'm so hyped. So many good music is coming out within the next 2 months. So I'm very, very excited. Next week, I do want to talk about as well as the books, I do want to talk about like this little kind of solo mission I have going on. I've been watching a lot of romantic comedy movies, and I've been reviewing them as someone who's never been in a relationship. So it kind of gives me different perspectives of what romance is portrayed as on media, besides the books. So I do want to talk about that next week, first thing next week. Yeah, this was fun. This is exciting. Let me know what you guys think, and leave a comment if you enjoyed any of my Marvel theories. If you enjoy any Marvel movies, what's your favorite one? Who's your favorite character? What's any of your Marvel theories? And let me know who your TikTok crush is in the comments, guys, because I'm very much excited to see who you guys are crushing on TikTok. Maybe I find myself a new crush. If you're in a relationship, fuck you, I didn't ask. But I hope you're happy, I guess. I really don't, because I'm not in a relationship, and that's not my fault. It is my fault, but it's not. Whatever. I will see you guys next week. Thank you for listening to those listeners out there, and thank you for watching to those watchers out there. I will see you guys next week on another episode of another podcast. The podcast. So, bye.